Hello and welcome. My name is Taiwo Fade. I am a medical doctor and a holistic diabetes wellness and stress management coach with over 25 years experience. I am so glad you are watching this video today because it means that you are taking an important step towards transforming your relationship with diabetes. Today, I'm going to share with you a fundamentally different approach to diabetes management, one that sees you as a complete person, not just a collection of numbers and medical data. You see, my dear friend, for too long, diabetes care has focused most exclusively on medication and diet restrictions, nothing else. But after working with hundreds of patients, I have discovered that true diabetes freedom comes from addressing the whole person. And that is what I call the 3D holistic approach. This approach addresses three essential dimensions of wellness: your body, your mind, and your soul. Because the true diabetes freedom isn't just about controlling blood sugar, it is about reclaiming your joy, your energy, and your confidence in every aspect of your life and living a normal, healthy life. So, whether you've been recently diagnosed or you have been managing diabetes for years, this approach that we're going to go through together today can transform not only your health numbers, but your entire experience of living with diabetes. So, let me walk you through each of these dimensions I mentioned earlier and show you how they work together to create a lasting change. So, let us dive in and watch the fascinating and educative transformational masterclass together. My dear sister, Ma, what is your worst fear about type 2 diabetes? What do you dread most from all what you have heard, seen, and read about diabetes? Is it the possibility of developing heart disease, stroke, or kidney failure? Is it the risk of blindness and poor vision? Is it the possibility of diabetic neuropathy resulting in wounds that refuse to heal and later leads to amputation? Or constant pain and tingling sensation in your feet? Is it the possibility of getting your leg cut off as amputation or a total lack of interest in sex, love, and intimacy with your spouse? These in this chart are the diabetic complications that you need to be aware of. You have the stroke, heart attack, now you have diabetic neuropathy, now you have eye problems with vision, cataract, glaucoma, then you have foot problems, which makes wound healing to be very, very poor. You have kidney problems, which leads to kidney disease and kidney failure. And then finally, you have what you call nerve problems that gives you these tingling sensations that you have in your feet. This, in short, are the diabetic complications. Imagine being able to run your business and social life with the same verve and energy you had before diabetes scattered everything. Finally, imagine being able to live a totally healthy and normal life, enjoying celebrations, festivals, and holidays without any restriction, just like everyone else in your family. If you can imagine all this, and I definitely know you can because you're an intelligent person, and even more, then you can reclaim your life with our coaching program and support. This is a diagrammatic show or graph to show you what happens with the body and why you need the 3D approach. The diabetes freedom for the 3D approach, this is what we call beyond management to complete reversal and freedom, because it combines your body, your mind, and your soul together. And from what you can see up there, you can see that all these three just have to work synergetically for you to get the results that you want. Now, this is how your journey will look like when you have the 3D approach. In most cases, that's where you are now. That's the management. You need high effort, it reduces high stress, and a lot of those things. Then the next stage is the reversal, when you are doing the 3D approach. It means that you are getting better and you are making your condition less strenuous on your lifestyle and your body. The final thing, which only the 3D approach can do for you, is the total freedom from diabetes. And believe you me, I'm telling you, it is only the 3D approach that can do this, because it combines both the body, the mind, and the soul. But anyway, let's go on and learn more about all these processes. Years ago, I lost my auntie to type 2 diabetes and almost lost my uncle to the same T2D because I was still practicing the conventional approach. See, I watched my uncle and guardian, a successful businessman, collapse from diabetic complications one night in the hospital. That was after the death of my auntie, and that changed everything for me. We were able to revive him and all that, but still, we knew that we could only manage. And that is when I went into research and studied holistic medicine. Holistic medicine is the mind, body, and soul approach to chronic health approaches such as diabetes, even fertility, and some other challenges. You see, as a medical doctor, I realized our conventional approach to type 2 diabetes was failing Nigerians professionals. That is when I created the Diabetes Freedom Protocol. Now, let me ask you something that might strike close to home. Despite faithfully follow your doctor's advice, taking your prescribed medications, and attempting to change your diet, do you still feel like diabetes is slowly taking control of your life, your future, and your dreams? This is where we know you will be at the end of the day with our 3D approach. This is not a dream, it is not a wish, it is simply a promise based on proven scientific methods. When Sarah first came to me online, she held up a glucose meter with tears in her eyes. She showed me also a drawer filled with diabetes supplies, medications, and even a stack of diet plans. She told me with tears that, "Doctor, this has taken over my life. I've tried everything," she said. "Special diets, expensive supplements, all the latest apps. I follow every rule, but nothing seems to work. The numbers keep climbing and I feel like I am failing. My doctor, on the other hand, keeps on saying that this is a lifelong condition and all I need to do is manage it well for the rest of my life. But, doctor, I don't want to just manage it. I want my life back. I want my business to focus. I want to focus on growing my business without constantly worrying about my next reading or my next meal timing. If your answer is yes, you are not alone. Nigeria is facing a diabetes crisis of unprecedented proportion, with our professional and business class being hit the hardest. I'll tell you why later. Recent studies published in the Nigerian Medical Journal reveal that 1 in 9 Nigerian business professionals between the ages of 35 and 65 now live with diabetes, and a lot of them don't even know, representing a shocking 37% increase over just the past decade. Even more alarming, the Nigerian Diabetes Association reports that diabetes complications are occurring earlier and more severely among our professional and business class more than any other demographic set because of stress. But these statistics, troubling as they are, don't begin to capture the real human experience. Let me share what I hear from people exactly like you in my practice every single day. There is the constant fear that unpredictable blood sugar will cause you to lose focus during crucial business negotiations. There is the growing concern as you notice your productivity and mental sharpness decline despite your best efforts. There is the embarrassment of suddenly needing to check blood sugar or take medication during important meetings with clients or staff. Add to that is the heartbreaking worry that you might not be healthy enough to walk your daughter down the aisle or hold your grandchildren. There is the bone deep exhaustion that no amount of rest seems to fix, affecting every aspect of your life and work and family. There is a growing sense that your body is betraying you despite your disciplined approach to management. And that is what that there is also the very, very deep link between stress and diabetes. Let me emphasize about stress and diabetes. My dear friend, if you do everything right with all the various stages we talked about and you don't reduce stress, the transformation will not happen. You might reverse for some time, then it comes back again. And that is the biggest or one of the biggest deficits that traditional orthodox diabetes care does not take care of or does not even consider. So, how does stress affect diabetes? Now, you start by feeling stressed and overwhelmed all the time, trying to manage a chronic illness. Then from there, you move on to the physical and liabilities, which will be physical and mental side of the stress program. Then, because of that, management of diabetes conditions becomes increasingly difficult. Then finally, the feeling of helplessness, frustration, depression will increase the stress and anxiety, and that is what we call a vicious cycle. It is time we confront the painful truth that few medical professionals in Nigeria are willing to acknowledge, which is the conventional approach to diabetes management is fundamentally failing our people, especially dedicated professionals and business owners like you. The evidence is overwhelming and heartbreaking. According to the International Diabetes Federation's latest African regional report, Nigeria now has the highest number of people with uncontrolled diabetes in all of Africa, despite Nigerians spending over 300 billion naira annually on diabetes medications. Hospitalization rates for complications have increased by 4.3% in just 5 years. Why is this happening? Because the traditional medical approach treats diabetes as merely a physical blood sugar problem, completely ignoring three critical dimensions of your being that directly impact on your condition. What are these critical dimensions? Sarah's story might sound familiar. As a business owner with diabetes, perhaps we've also felt that deep yearning, not just for better management, but for freedom. The freedom to attend client dinners without anxiety. The freedom to walk through creative sessions without your energy crashing. The freedom to build your business without diabetes constantly demanding your attention. Let's start where most diabetes programs do, and that is with the body, because we're now talking about a 3D approach. For Sarah, this meant our examining not just what she ate, but when she ate, how she ate and slept, and the specific ways her unique body responded to different foods and activities. During our first session, I asked Sarah to show me her typical daily routine. What we discovered surprised her. Her healthy breakfast was actually triggering her glucose spikes, while the dinner that she felt guilty about had minimal impact on her readings. Why? I'll tell you later. You see, your body is as unique as your fingerprints. What works for one person with diabetes may be completely ineffective or even counterproductive for you. In our coaching sessions, we start by mapping out your body's unique patterns and responses. We identify your personal glucose triggers and stabilizers. We develop a physical approach tailored specifically to your own body's needs, not some generic protocol designed for everyone and no one. This desire for transformation rather than management is what the 3D approach addresses, beginning with what we call the body dimension. The first one is the body dimension. Contemporary medicine in Nigeria addresses only surface level symptoms with medications and generic dietary advice. What your doctor never told you is that each person's metabolic system responds differently based on genetic factors common in West African population. Research from the University of Lagos Medical Center shows that standard dietary recommendations given to Nigerian diabetics actually worsen insulin resistance in 42% of patients due to genetic variations. My dear sir, your body is unique, yet you are receiving a one-size-fits-all treatment. How will it work? The second is the mind dimension. There is a connection between psychological stress and blood glucose, which is clinically proven, yet completely overlooked in standard treatment. A ground-shaking study from the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research demonstrated that executives and business owners experience cortisol patterns that directly raise blood glucose by 40 to 60% regardless of diet. The mental pressure you face running a business or managing professional responsibility is literally raising your blood sugar, and no medication can fully counteract that effect. The third one is the soul dimension. Perhaps most critically, the spiritual and emotional components of health, including purpose, community connection, and cultural identity are entirely absent from standard diabetes care. When Nigerian professionals are told to abandon traditional foods and customs that have deep spiritual significance, it creates an emotional void that measurably impacts physiological health markers. Research confirms that it is connection from cultural practices increases inflammatory markers associated with diabetes progression by up to 35%. These are proven scientific statistics. These missing dimensions create devastating real-world consequences. 68% of Nigerian diabetes patients develop at least one serious complication within 10 years of diagnosis. Diabetes-related productivity loss now costs Nigerian businesses over 50 billion annually. 79% of Nigerian diabetes patients report feeling their treatment plan is unsustainable long term. The average Nigerian professional with diabetes spends 23% of their income on management that delivers deteriorating results. So, let me return to Chief Adebayo's story, because what happened next reveals the tragic human cost of this fragmented approach. Now, following her doctor's body-only protocol, Sarah's FBF soared to 180 despite taking 4 different medications. She developed peripheral neuropathy that made walking to her office agonizing. Her vision began deteriorating, threatening her ability to read financial reports critical to her role. But the moment that broke her completely was missing her daughter's university graduation because she was hospitalized with diabetic-related kidney complications. The medical bills were crushing us financially, the husband later told me. But watching my wife lose her dignity and purpose was far worse. This brilliant, powerful woman who built a company from nothing now sat in our living room afraid to attend business functions because she couldn't predict when her blood sugar would spike. Her doctors never once addressed her crushing work stress that was elevating her glucose levels. They were instead treating her pancreas whilst totally ignoring her mind and soul. I've witnessed this devastating pattern in hundreds of cases. Accomplished Nigerian professionals and business owners like you who excel in business but find themselves powerless against advancing diabetes. People who have built successful enterprises and supported extended families now wondering if they will become burdens to those same loved ones. The most heartbreaking part, this suffering is completely unnecessary when we address all the 3 dimensions of healing, or should I call it the very fantastic good news. This is a diagrammatic holistic infogram about what the 3-dimensional holistic transformation approach comes in, because it addresses the body, the mind, and the soul in perfect harmony, and this changes everything. After guiding over 872 Nigerian professionals over the years to diabetes remission, not just reversal, I have developed a refined system specifically designed for our unique cultural, dietary, professional, and spiritual context. This isn't about incremental improvements or better management of a progressive disease. No, it is about comprehensive transformation, addressing the 3 dimensions of healing that conventional medicine ignores. This shows your diabetes journey in a visual form. For Sarah, this meant going beyond conventional diabetes advice to understand the root metabolic drivers and triggers of her condition. We examined not just her blood glucose level, but her overall metabolic health, insulin sensitivity, inflammation patterns, and other cellular energy production. Instead of focusing solely on glucose control through restriction, we implemented strategic protocols to restore her body's natural metabolic function. This included precise nutrition, timed around her business schedule, specific movement patterns. Everybody must move or do physical exercises, physical fitness that fits into her workday. And then we also did targeted stress recovery and reduction techniques. But as Sarah and I continued working together, something interesting happened. Despite improvements in her physical management, Sarah still experienced unexplainable glucose fluctuations, and that is when we had to look deeper. Sarah began tracking not just her food and activity, but also her thoughts and emotions throughout the day. The pattern then became clear. Her glucose would spike not just because of certain foods, but during moments of stress, worry, and negative self-talk about her condition. Client mails were a source of anxiety rather than opportunities. She could not eat what everybody else was eating. She had to always be giving one excuse or the other, fasting today, prayer tomorrow, even though she was very hungry. Business travels disrupted her careful routines, and the mental bandwidth consumed by constant health calculations was affecting her ability to be the visionary our company needed. So all these are what we call cumulative stress. Within 6 weeks, something remarkable happened. Sarah's fasting glucose began trending downwards, and her medication needs decreased. By month 3, her doctor was shocked to see her fasting blood sugar approach normal ranges. But the physical transformation was just beginning. Now, as Sarah's body began responding, we also started addressing the mind dimension. That's the second part of the 3D approach. The beliefs and thoughts patterns that either accelerate or hinder true reversal. You see, Sarah had internalized what many healthcare professionals had told her. Diabetes is progressive. Diabetes reversal is not possible. The best you can hope for is good management. All that and lots more were also keeping her down and giving her mental stress. These limiting beliefs were creating stress patterns that actually impeded her physical process. Through specific techniques designed for ambitious professionals and business owners all over, Nigerian business owners especially, Sarah developed a new relationship with her condition, seeing it not as a permanent identity, but as a temporary metabolic state that could be fundamentally altered. With both the body and mind dimensions addressed, Sarah's transformation accelerated. Her energy returns, her medications were reduced, and her business performance actually improved as diabetes consumed less of her attention. But then something unexpected happens. 6 months into our work together, Sarah reached what her doctor called clinical remission. Her glucose levels were consistently normal without medication, and her fasting blood sugar was within the healthy ranges. So, by conventional standards, our work was done. She had achieved what many consider impossible, and we're ready to say bye-bye to her. Oh, hold on. Yet, during our check-in call, Sarah seemed troubled. She told me, "Doctor, I've actually achieved the numbers I wanted," she admitted, "but something still feels unfinished." "What is it?" I asked. She said, "I am afraid it will all come back if I stop being vigilant." That's what a lot of people have as fear, I must confess. And while diabetes doesn't dominate my thoughts anymore, I still don't feel completely free. True. This is what we call the twist that reveals the most overlooked dimension of true diabetes reversal. And this is the third part of it, which is the soul dimension. Now, you see, physical reversal and mental reconditioning are powerful, but incomplete without addressing your deeper relationship with health itself. True freedom comes when wellness becomes an authentic expression of your purpose rather than just another achievement to accomplish. For Sarah, the soul dimension meant that we had to having to explore how her health journey connected to her deeper values as a business leader. We discovered that her true purpose wasn't just building a successful agency, but also creating a workplace where people could thrive holistically. What is yours? We will help you to discover that too. As she integrated this insight, Sarah began viewing her diabetes reversal journey not as a personal battle, but as a transformational uh, journey that qualified her to lead differently. She implemented well-being initiatives for her team, health. She began sharing her journey with other business owners facing health challenges. She made her agency a case study in how businesses can prioritize human thriving alongside profit. Something profound also happened again. The fear of regression faded, honestly. Her relationship with food transformed from calculation to nourishment. She really had reached the end of her transformational journey. The rhythms of healthy living became effortless, second nature to her, and of expressions of her values rather than disciplined routines to maintain remission. She had moved beyond physical reversal to genuine freedom, where diabetes no longer defined any aspect of her identity or limited any dimensions of her life. This, my dear brother and sister, uncle, aunties, this is the complete story of diabetes freedom that I am preaching. Not just managing symptoms, not even just achieving medical remission, but transforming your entire relationship with health as a business owner and professional. Today, Sarah doesn't just have normal biomarkers. She has a completely new life, I realized diabetes was never really about glucose. That's what she said. She told me recently. It was a wake-up call to transform how I live, work, and lead. Now my health supports my success rather than competing with it. Our Orthodox doctor remains amazed by her sustained remission. Her business has grown more profitable with less of her time. And most importantly, she's completely free from the mental and emotional burden of diabetes, living as naturally and confidentially as someone who has never experienced this challenge. This 3D approach addresses your body's metabolic function, your mind's limiting belief, and your soul's deeper purpose. Creates the foundation for true freedom that mere management or even clinical remission alone cannot provide. And that is exactly what I offer in my one-on-one coaching program, specifically designed for business owners and professionals who refuse to settle for management of diabetes. And finally, it is fully online. We begin usually with a comprehensive assessment that looks beyond your glucose readings to the root causes of your condition and your aspirations for total freedom. Then we create a personalized transformation pathway that addresses all the three dimensions because your journey beyond diabetes is as unique as your business and your vision. So it is definitely your transformational journey online. This is a success story from Mrs. Ikemefuna, a 60-year-old business owner from Abia who had tried both medications and traditional remedies for 8 years. Within just 3 months of adopting our integrated approach, she reduced her medications by half. By month 6, her doctor classified her diabetes as in remission. Today, she enjoys traditional Nigerian meals at family gatherings and travels extensively for business and also maintains a stable blood sugar without a constant worry of spikes. Elijah Sefinat is a 52-year-old banker from Abuja with uncontrolled diabetes for 8 years as well, and she experienced dramatic improvements through stress regulation techniques, specifically calibrated for high-pressure Nigerian business environment, reducing her cortisol levels by as much as 47%, which is a stress something that affects diabetes. Sleep optimization strategies that worked within her demanding schedule, improving her insulin sensitivity by 32%. This is a true confession from a colleague. As a doctor myself, Dr. Akintunde confessed, I was skeptical that stress management could impact my blood glucose so much. But when I implemented the protocols, my fasting numbers dropped by 31 points within days. What shocked me most was discovering that certain thoughts and mental patterns were raising my blood sugar as much as eating rice. Research from Harvard Medical School confirms that chronic stress increases blood glucose by up to 40% through cortisol pathways. Yet, conventional diabetes treatment completely ignores this crucial factor. Our own approach incorporates evidence-based mind-body techniques specifically designed for busy Nigerian professionals and business owners. Samuel Okafor, a 63-year-old real estate development from Enugu with 17 years of worsening diabetes experienced a breakthrough when we addressed its soul dimension. For years, I felt torn between my health and my heritage. I had become afraid of attending family celebrations because of food temptations. I had stopped attending my community meetings because they served traditional meals. I was physically present for my family, but spiritually disconnected. Through this program, I learned to modify traditional customs while preserving their spiritual essence. I now lead prayers at family meals, featuring our ceremonial dishes, modified to support my health rather than harm it. My blood sugar is better than it has been in 15 years, and I have reclaimed my place as a spiritual elder in my community. I now eat white, jollof and fried rice, amala and other swallows, just like other members of the family, using the recipes specifically designed for me. No more food restrictions, especially during festivities, celebrations, etc. The last Christmas and New Year celebrations had been the best for me in 15 years, and I know it can only get better. So, here comes the new me. Thanks to you, Dr. Fadi. The results of this three-dimensional approach speak for themselves. One, 83% of our clients reduce their medications requirements within 3 months. 91% report significant improvement in energy levels and workplace productivity. The average AIC reduction of 2.1% within 6 months, that is twice what the medications typically achieve. 75% eliminate at least one diabetes medication completely within just 4 months of our program. The best part is that 97% achieve complete diabetes remission, which is the normal blood sugar without using any medications within the 12 months support. Now, having said all the above, this is what I believe and I know will be your next step, which you are anxious to do. I invite you to schedule a free 30 minutes diabetes freedom free consultation and clarity call for me. During this consultation, we'll assess your current diabetes management approach, identify the specific gaps preventing your progress, determine if our integrated method is right for you, create a clear picture of what freedom from diabetes could look like in your life. Imagine the joy of seeing your blood sugar levels normalize, feeling lighter and more energetic, and finally living the life of you deserve and of your dream. The standard investment for our comprehensive diabetes freedom program is 2,997,000 naira, which is approximately what the average Nigerian professional with diabetes spends on medications and lost productivity in just 18 months. However, for those who recognize the value of taking immediate action towards transformation, I am offering a special masterclass rate of 2,497,000 naira for those who schedule their strategy session before the 5 slots are all taken, and that is a whopping bonus of 500,000 reduction. Remember, this isn't an expense. It is an investment in reclaiming your health, career longevity, and family legacy. Consider this. The average Nigerian with diabetes spends over 1.4 million annually on medications and management that only slows decline. Instead, this one-time investment can potentially eliminate those ongoing concerns while restoring your quality of life across all 3 dimensions: body, mind, and soul. Do your own self-calculations for all this. Average annual diabetes original medications cost 600,000 plus. Original, not the fake ones or the substandard ones. Special diets and drinks for you. Erectile dysfunction and loss of libido supplements that don't work as advertised because they are either fake or they do not address the root cause. Lost productivity and sick days of about 800,000 naira. Stress, depression, anxiety, hospital bills that cannot be easily enumerated or quantified. Time and man hours lost due to doctors and hospital visits that cannot even be put into monetary financial something. Long-term complications, potentially millions in future medical costs. The ROI timeline. See, while medications are ongoing costs forever, your program is a one-time investment that creates lasting transformation. This is the best return on investment you can have. Our approach is unique. It is specific. It is a one-time and it is the best. Others might copy and come, but they do not have and they cannot do what we are doing. These are just short testimonials from past attendees of our program. Chidi, a banking executive from Lagos, who eliminated 3 medications after just 12 weeks. Amina, a law firm partner, who reversed her diabetes while improving her professional performance. Or Joseph, a business owner who no longer fears diabetes complications, compromising his company's future. These aren't exceptions. They are what happens when you address the root cause of diabetes through a protocol designed specifically for you and you alone. If you're ready to stop being a slave to medications, ready to do away with all those taking unfair advantage of your condition, reduce the stress of diabetes, get off the diabetes roller coaster, recover your energy and confidence, protect your family from trauma of diabetes complications, reclaim your bedroom prowess, then do this right now. A comprehensive assessment across all 3 dimensions with advanced testing unavailable in standard medical care. Twice monthly one-on-one coaching sessions addressing your unique body, mind, and soul needs. Personalized protocol development and weekly adjustments based on your progress. Access to a private community of Nigerian professionals who are reversing diabetes holistically. Our complete library of modified Nigerian recipes, preserving tradition while supporting health. Customized spiritual and mindfulness practices designed specifically for your belief and culture system. Emergency support for blood sugar management techniques. Now, because of the personalized nature of this work, space are strictly limited to just 5 participants every 4 months. Now, your investment for this transformational program is 2,497,000 naira, and this covers both the initial 4 months active intervention and then another 8 months intervention for you. Okay, now please don't look at it as an expense. It's not. See, because this is the most important investment you will make in your commitment to success and legacy. You see, the cost of diabetes is actually much greater than this. I know, because I am a medical doctor as well as a holistic health practitioner. I know that every day with diabetes will cost you as much as 50,000 naira in potential productivity, because you're a businessman or a businesswoman, which you have to manage with your diabetes. Not to talk about the drugs that you are going to use, which are increasing every day. There is also the issue of the stress that is there, which takes its own level of you too. Then you also have the fear of complications such as amputations, kidney failure, vision problems, and finally death. These ones definitely, one needs to go to the hospital to see the cost of surgery for all these things. And when it comes to kidney failure, you're talking about 3-4 times this amount we're talking about now. And finally, there is a shortened life expectation for diabetic patients. Anybody that is above 40 years with diabetes has a shortened lifestyle expectancy of 8 to 10 years. Think about what these added years can do to your life as a businessman. Thank you. So now, if you are really, really ready to be with us, I am now inviting you to schedule a free 30 minutes diabetes freedom free consultation and clarity call. During this consultation, we will assess your current diabetes management approach, identify the specific gaps preventing your progress, determine if our integrated method is right for you or not, then create for you a lasting picture of what freedom from diabetes could look like in your life in future. So imagine this joy of seeing your blood sugar levels normalize. You're feeling lighter, you're more energetic, and finally living the life that you deserve. This is another set of brief testimonies. It's Chidi, a banking executive from Lagos, who eliminated 3 medications after just 12 weeks. Amina, a law firm partner who reversed her diabetes while improving her professional performance. Joseph, a business owner who no longer fears diabetes complications, compromising her or his company's future. These aren't exceptions. They are what happens when you address the root cause of diabetes through a protocol designed specifically for Nigerian professionals and businessmen. These are actually success stories more than testimonies. So, my dear friend, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, whatever, don't let type 2 diabetes define you. No. Take control of your health and reclaim your life with my program. Here's another thing what some other people are saying. I was skeptical at first, but this program has changed my life. I'm off medication. My energy levels are through the roof. I hope not to. Don't come and be another, what do they call that, Tiger Man or Batman that used to climb roofs. And I feel like a new person. That's from Adewale, Lagos. I'm so grateful for the support and guidance I received. This program has given me the tools and confidence to take control of my health. That's from Aisha. So, are you ready to take the first step towards a healthier, happier you? That is the million naira question. No, sorry, $1,000,000. Because the naira is so down now. So let's talk in dollar. So don't wait another day. Your health and your future are definitely worth it. Now, are you ready to stop being a slave to medications? Are you ready to do away with all those taking unfair advantage of your condition, such as the internet fraudsters, such as the network marketers, such as the herbalists, and everybody saying that they have a solution, they have a cure for it? Believe me, when you buy from them, especially from the internet, next month they are no longer there. You cannot even see their websites there again because they've pulled it down, taken another website, used another name, and they are on again with the business. We thank God for NAFDAC. If you are observant, you will notice that the number of adverts both on Facebook and Google, which we use mostly in Nigeria. On these supplemental products, I have reduced drastically because of the fact that NAFDAC is trying to now stop the importation of the fake ones from the source, you know. So you will notice that unlike before, where if you open your Google search and you put diabetes there, you will be overwhelmed. People promising you that reverse diabetes in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 week, 7 days, and all those things. You buy from them, you are gone. And if you notice, they will tell you, okay, they will tell you it costs so much. But the fact is that when you go further down the page and you scroll, you will notice that they will always advise you to buy for 3 to 6 months, which are expensive. But then you can always start with the 1 month. That is what they want because they know you can't come back. You won't see them. Call me a liar about this particular thing I want to say. How many of them are bold enough to put their own, not AI generated photographs, their own images or photos, just like you're seeing me with a talking head now? How many of them are bold enough to be able to do so? When they tell you chat with us on so something, when you chat, you are going to meet a receptionist who is not who does not, you even know more about the diabetes than the person does. So now we are going to to the next one. Sorry, I'm digressing so much. I'm so passionate because people are just dying simply because people want to make money. Now, are you ready to reduce the stress of diabetes? The stress of diabetes is very different, unique. It is on top of the usual stress. The usual stress will be the stress, like I said, transportation, NEPA, generator, all sorts of other ones, family, extended family, especially, the core family, school, finance, business ventures, how you are going to succeed. But those are the normal stress that every one of us will go through, especially when you're a business owner or a professional. But then the stress of the diabetes now is added on it. So what is that stress? One, you are scared. So they've told you that this is a lifelong disease. It can only be managed. It cannot be cured. So you ask, yeah, just about 40 to 50. I want to live to be 100. You're going to start wondering that, will I continue to be like this for the next 60 years? Popping pills on a daily basis, and some are even already on insulin. Now, the other one is the fact that diet restriction is only those who have gone through it know it. Eat this, don't eat that. Drink this, don't drink that. You can't be comfortable at parties or celebrations or festivals. It is enough of a depression for you. It will not allow you to think and concentrate on your business ventures. And that is what we are telling you, that if you come with us, we will make sure that you get off the diabetes roller coaster. You will recover your energy and confidence. You will protect your family from the trauma of diabetes complications. And then I want to do all this right now if you are ready, and I'm sure you are ready. Schedule your free 30 minutes consultation and clarity call today. Let's discuss your unique situation and create a plan that will help you achieve lasting transformation. To schedule your free consultation and clarity call, send chats to the WhatsApp number 080-252-99616. No calls, please. It is keyed to automatically block unknown numbers. Please include your first name, email, and WhatsApp number. The message should be free consultation and clarity call for coaching program. Finally, save my contact as Dr. Fadi. this is a final one in place. Because of my busy schedule and the fact that I have to do a lot of other things as a medical doctor and also with a social life, I only work with 5 clients every 4 months to guarantee results. So it means that if you don't get in now, you might have to wait for another 4 months. So please act down. Finally, let me say this. Don't let diabetes dictate your future when complete transformation of the body, mind, and soul is within reach. The business owners and professionals who take action today are the ones who will be sharing their success stories at our next celebration. Please consider this now. Will you feel, or rather, how will you feel being in the exact same place a year from now in your diabetes journey because you only considered the cost of a program, specialist, or coach? Finally, I want to say thank you so much for investing these minutes in your health with me. I don't know. I think I've spent about 48 minutes or almost 1 hour. I initially thought it was going to be from 20 minutes or so, but then I got to think about it. The more I can impart to people, the better for them. Remember, type 2 diabetes doesn't have to be a life sentence. With the right approach, freedom is possible. Let's work together for 4 months of intensive coaching plus 8 months of ongoing support to help you finally break free from diabetes and reclaim your life. I look forward to speaking with those of you who are ready for a transformation. Now it's time to say thank you very much. God bless you and see you at the top of the health mountain.